Let's see how much gas is. Oh, it ain't too bad. It ain't too bad in Nashville. Nashville, you got good gas prices for current circumstances. All right, you guys, we are at the Gulch. That's what they call this place. It's like a downtown area, kinda. It's pretty nice. So I'm just gonna walk around. You guys seem to like, the walking around, different sceneries, and cloth talking with y'all. So that's what we're gonna do. There's nice restaurants everywhere. You got Starbucks. You definitely get most people probably ain't from Nashville. Get a sense of a lot of like travelers and stuff. You know what I'm saying? All right, so we're gonna do like story time, and as I'm talking to you guys, we're gonna have different background visuals, or if anything catches my eyes, I'll show it to you. We'll talk about it. Then there's gonna be some gems and some nuggets. But I want to talk about innovation. I want to talk about business, things that you guys don't see, and I want to tell you guys a story that I think is going to educate y'all in some way, shape, or form. Maybe inspire, motivate y'all. And look at this. This is pretty cool. A little entrance right there. Pretty cool. This, like I said, this place is called The Gulch. We got a little car. I remember a time, man, where we were starting Tomb 45 out. And for those of you guys that don't know, brewing shave gel in the kitchen, brewing shave gel in the backyard, which was totally illegal. We don't do that no more. We had to get it some way, right? Some way, shape, or form. But one thing I always had, man, was integrity with everything that I did. Even though we were doing it in the kitchen or like the back pool patio, we were making sure we were making everything with integrity, not wanting to be like anybody else, wanting to create solutions for the industry, wanting to make something with purpose, not just because I wanted to make money. So every product that we created was based on that idea and that foundation. We've never shifted from that. We've never got greedy or switched up or changed up what our vision is for the company. We would make these shave gels, and I created the formulation myself through Google, through YouTube, through forums, through courses, through testing. It was good times. Like when people say they missed the process, and I'm still in the process, but like that's the process, guys. That's like the legit process, right? Making this shave gel, I didn't understand at that time the importance of when you mixed certain ingredients in different phases, it had to be in the same order. It had to be the same ingredient. You couldn't switch it up or you would mess up the whole product. This is nice. Nice little park, man. Noble Park. It's cool right here, man. Squirrel, right? I didn't realize that. I remember each of our batches that we would make, each of those 600-pound, 800-pound drums, those things, man, they would make us, 1,200 bottles, 800 bottles, 1,300 bottles. At one point, I think we were getting up to like 3,000 bottles from a batch because we kept upgrading the equipment. And I remember we switched up I did, because I didn't realize it was that important. I switched up the order and the phases in which we mixed things, and we messed up 3 batches in a row, guys. You're talking thousands of dollars. You're talking tens of thousands of dollars. You're talking almost going out of business before Tomb 45 even had a warehouse, offices, before we even had any product besides the shave gel, almost went out of business. That's just one example. This is cool. This is there's definitely a famous backdrop in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm sure you guys have seen people on Instagram take photos here. And so I'm not gonna get in line, but here's my photo. There it is. There's my photo. So guys, like you're talking about, we would lose tens of thousands of dollars, and I can guarantee you, if you didn't have a specific purpose for why you created this company, this brand, a lot of people, if they were money driven, would have still released that product. We didn't. We threw it out because we didn't want to sacrifice the integrity of our values. Look at this. It's a beautiful city, man. You could tell they've done a lot to this city, but you could also tell a lot of people are moving out here. Cali, from New York City probably. If you're not purpose driven, you don't have specific values, core values, guys, that you stick to, that keeps you, in line and focused, then your run is going to be temporary. That whole run is going to be temporary. So it's just something to think about, and it's one of those things where I'm looking at the current climate of the barber industry, and there's a lot of entrepreneurs that are coming out, man, and starting brands. One of their favorite things to do is mention Tomb 45, is take shots at Tomb 45, and although it's almost a compliment, because we were the guys creating shave gels in our kitchen. We were the guys that were trying to get it out the mud, and now these new guys are coming out, and instead of coming together, congratulating one another, because this is what I'm gonna tell you. Some of you guys, man, that are creating brands and stuff, y'all don't got a big enough vision. Y'all don't understand the competition is not amongst each other. We are small time. We don't own anything in this industry. The pie is huge, and you got a whole lot of little small brands from Barbers who get out the mud like I did at one point, and they're just trying to get a piece of my slice. That ain't the way to do it, guys. To me, the way to do it is to come together, congratulate one another, empower one another, and build up this pie, man, so that each of our slices grow as well. So for all my mentorship students, I was telling you guys about this hotel right here. That's where I stayed at the last time for free. So my mentorship students, man, if y'all haven't checked out those videos where I showed you guys how to do it, you're slacking. So anyways, let me continue with my story time. After the shave gel, we started creating other products that I thought were unique and innovative. At this point, you know, other barbers have copied it. I don't really care about copying so much, people copying us, because you can only have temporary success if you're copying somebody. The innovators are always the innovators, and they're always going to be around. The guys who copy, they just copying for the sake of making some money. They'll never get to the point where they're the innovators being copied. And so I don't really care about that. But I do want to inspire people to copy gracefully. Copy to evolve. Copy because you're inspired by somebody's innovation and you innovate on top of that. That's what society is. It's evolution. We're inspired by traveling by horse. So then they created trains. They were inspired by trains. So then they created cars. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's how you copy. After the shave gel, we created the 245 straight razor, but we didn't just want to create any straight razor. We created one that had several different cartridges with several different exposures because we were inspired by those razors that were providing more exposure. And we realized that barbers like all of it. So why not put it all together, package it together? And I think that's what I mean by you don't necessarily have to always create something from scratch, but if you're gonna create a product, I do believe it should be inspired by other people's ideas in which you evolve from. This guy's gonna run me over. He almost did. Creating these products, man, we started to make some money. None of the money was going into our pockets. It was going right into the business because that's how you grow a business. It's one of those nutrients that a business needs to grow. New ideas is another thing a business needs as far as nutrients to grow. One of the products that we created that was mind-blowing at the time, and no barber has ever created a product like this that I feel like shocked the culture, and that was the 245 powered mat with the power clips to let your clippers wirelessly charge. And so let me tell you guys a story about that. I don't know if you guys know what it takes to create a product from scratch. I mean, you gotta create molds, you gotta create tooling, you gotta hire engineers, hire lawyers and get patents and trademarks and all that good stuff. You got to create packaging. Like, there's a lot that goes to it. And the 245 powered mat, the ecosystem, was a lot of different products, and it costs a lot of money. Like, I'm talking a lot of money, of which we didn't have funding. We used our own cash to fund. You could imagine when we actually made it happen, how excited I was, man. I was so excited. And it was gonna be like a movie to me because this was the year CT Barber Expo had the Grammys. I was nominated. I think I was gonna win Educator of the Year, which I did. This is the year Babyliss was launching the skeleton. CT Barber Expo was gonna be a movie, and we were gonna launch our new product that we had told the whole world about that literally took the industry by storm, right? And this was a big deal. And so listen to this. We knew we had all our powered mats already. I don't think we had expansion pads yet, but we had all our powered mats, and but we didn't have any power clips. But the power clips that we were going to drop at the CT Barber Expo launching the powered mat going to be the power clip for the Babyliss Skeleton FXs and the Clipper FXs, which was going to be a huge major drop. So we knew we needed to have these power clips. So we're waiting on the power clip. We were scheduled to get those power clips 2 weeks before CT Barber Expo. Well, 2 weeks came. Before the CT Barber Expo, we had no product. There was delays. You know, a week and a half went by. We had no product. They were delayed. A week went by. Same thing. We have 4 days left. The only way we was going to get this product with 4 days to go, Danny and I were talking, and we had 4 boxes of product that we needed to go pick up. Here's the thing, too. I forgot to mention, I'm teaching at the CT Barber Expo. I'm going to educate there, too. So I might win Educator of the Year, which I did, and then I was going to educate, and then we were going to launch the biggest product of our lives. Okay, this was huge. So anyways, Danny's looking at me, he's like, bro, we got 4 boxes to pick up. I don't want you to have to go because you have to prepare for your class. You need to be there for the Grammys. You cannot afford to miss first day of the CT Barber Expo. I was like, damn, you're right. But the problem was, out of all the guys on the team, I was the only one with a visa to go to China. Because in order to go to China, you got to have a visa. So I had to go if we were going to bring back these 4 boxes because he could only bring 2. So with 4 days left, we get on a flight to China. We booked these flights, right? And morning we're supposed to board the plane, we find out that we booked the flights for the wrong day to go to China. That morning we had to buy new flights. The new flights that we got only gave us, I think, like a 1.5 hour layover in China. We were afraid that that 1.5 hour layover was not going to be enough time to go through TSA, to go through customs, to grab these boxes, go back through customs, and get on our flight. We thought it was going to be impossible. But we kept the flight, and what we decided to do instead was to book a second flight, a backup flight, just in case we missed our layover flight. Guys, we spent a lot of money. The money didn't matter. We just wanted to make sure that, as promised, the brand was going to be there. The brand was going to be there for the Grammys. The brand was going to be there for the education. We were going to launch this product, and it was going to be a move. It didn't matter whether we were profitable or not. So some of you guys who starting brands and all you're thinking about is profits, you're not going to last, bro. You're not going to last. So we get these backup flights, and at this point, we're thousands in the hole. Even if we sold every single powered mat and every single power clip, we was not going to make our money back. Okay, and so we get on this flight. We got to stop in Calgary, and then we got to go to China, right? It's about a 20-hour flight. So we fly there 20 hours. We get off the flight. We're rushing. We're like running because we don't want to have to take this second flight, because here's the thing. If we had to take the backup flight, I would not be getting to Connecticut till 6 o'clock, and the Grammys I think started at like 8 o'clock, because the backup flight would make us arrive in New York City, and then we'd have to drive from New York City to Connecticut. When you add all that time together, I'd literally be arriving right before the Grammys. I would have to have gotten dressed in the car on the way to the Grammys. So we didn't want to have to go through that. So we were rushing once we got to China to try to get through customs as soon as possible, to get the boxes, to get back. So we did that. We got through customs really quick. When we get to our manufacturers who are outside outside of the airport, they only had 2 boxes. You realize that means I didn't even have to go. They were only able to bring us 2 boxes. So I didn't even have to go. So we went through all that kind of for nothing. But anyways, we got the 2 boxes, and we haul it back through customs. Guys, we got through customs on time. We got on that first flight. I got back to the CT Barber Expo on time. We dropped the power clips. Nobody knew all of that happened behind the scenes. Entrepreneurship is not easy. Business is not easy. This is the stuff that don't get shared like it should, but I want to share it with you guys. And so I say all that to say, I'm not naive to what, if you're starting product from scratch, if you're starting a new brand, I'm not naive to the things that you're probably going through. I know what's going on, and I have empathy for that. And I show love to anybody who's involved in that, because nobody else is going to be able to empathize with it. Nobody else is going to be able to understand what it takes. When you see any business owner, I don't care if it's a barbershop, I don't care if it's a salon, I don't care if they sell toothpaste or toothbrushes or custom sneakers. Guys, have some respect, man. Show each other love. Stop hating on one another. We got bigger fish to fry. We're trying to beef over crumbs, man. I'm not even interested in that. The moment you start taking shots on my company, and that's your way of marketing, that's the moment I already know a couple things. We don't have the same wavelengths. And although I'm never going to speak negatively towards you or about you, I'm just tunnel vision. I'm walking, not looking side to side, tunnel vision, focus on what I'm doing, because you got nothing to offer me, I got nothing to offer you. We just not the same. We don't have the same values. And I think that's super important, guys. If anything that you do, whether you're barbering and you're looking for a barbershop, you're looking for a team to work with, whatever it is, protect your values and keep people who are not aligned with that away, guys. But I will say this as well, man. Like, sometimes people's values change, and they come with experience. They come with growth. And so because of that, I would never completely shut somebody down. I'm just not looking for you. And just remember, with these entrepreneurs and these business men and women who are creating the innovations that we're enjoying, whether they're the greatest product or not. In fact, these guys are innovating. Trust me, no innovation is perfect the first time. It evolves. You think the first car was amazing? If Gerald Ford dropped the Model T right now, y'all would be laughing. But at that time, it was dope because nobody's ever seen anything like it. And then here comes some Chevy or something like that, and they're inspired by his product, and they create an evolution of it, a better version of it. Cool. But do you think Gerald Ford is done? What, his product, his Model T is whack now? Hell no. Do you know what it took to create something like that? Gerald Ford was already working on version 2.0. He was already working on version 2.0. And guess what? Ford comes out with another car, and it was bigger and better. And then Chevy came out with another car, and it was bigger and better. And then Ford came out with another car, and it was bigger and better. And those two competing with one another like that, it was healthy, and it was embraced, and it was loved. And I could tell you that as I've grown as an entrepreneur in this industry, I've met relationships with guys who have way bigger brands, way bigger companies than I do. And that's how they think too. So shout out to all the big brands, man, the entrepreneurs who are doing it big, that have welcomed, especially me at the time, 3 years in the industry with 245, we weren't nowhere near as big as we are today. Shout out to those entrepreneurs that showed love and welcomed me with open arms. And I would use this whole business talk as an analogy when I look at color enhancements, when I look at section guys who make fun of enhancement guys and vice versa. And it's just stupid. Everything you see today was inspired in an evolution of an innovator before that. If we just focus on, whether you agree with it or not, if we just focus on innovation, being inspired by others, maybe you don't like color enhancements, but there's something about it you do like. Maybe it's the lines they're creating, right? Maybe you don't like section guides, but there's something about section guides you do like the shapes they're creating. Those are little deposits of ideas you're putting in your head subconsciously, and you don't even know. One day, it might help you come out with that next big idea, but you're too busy hating on other people's wave. That'll never come into fruition for you. All right, the Gulch really wasn't as big as I thought it was gonna be, so I'm gonna go drive somewhere else, show you guys a little bit more Nashville. Really nice. I gotta show you guys this building, but look at this. This is nice, beautiful. I ain't not supposed to be over here. All right, the entrance was for personnel only. It was not for me. Permit parking only. I can't even park here. Look at this. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous, bro. Nashville got a lot going on. Very nice. Downtown Nashville, downtown. Aside from all that, I want to tell you guys, man, we've been building 245 for like 7 years now. We're going on 7 years now. Thank you guys so much for the support. I don't know if you guys even know that story. I got like 100 other stories just like that. So if you like this type of content, let me know in the comments, man. I'd love to share with you if it interests you. I really love sharing the wisdom, sharing these experiences, man. I bet you at night these lights, light up. I've been here, this little market, there's you could go inside halls in here, and there's even more stores inside these little markets. And the stores are dope. There's a more important thing than anything, that competitiveness, that, oh, hold on. That's a fire shot. That's a dope shot of the city. But there's something more important, man, and that's your mental health. I think that's the answer, man. As long as you stick with your values and you do everything, you're doing stuff with purpose in mind. Not money, not fame, not props, not cred, but you're purpose driven is because you've identified values that matter in your life. That's how you keep your mental health, no matter how many things you got going on, because all the things you got going on, they're empowering. They're fun to you. They make you wake up in the morning excited. I love traveling, and I get to travel so much because of what I do for a living. And I love what I do for a living. All right, guys, I'm done with this vlog. I ranted enough. There was nothing funny in this one. I try to have some balance and make it fun, but this was just over the top serious. My next stop is go to a hotel, set up, and create more content. So catch up on business, on emails and stuff. All right, I'm gonna holler at y'all. See you on the next video.